we have a lot more news in regards to nerfs and buffs, and we have a lot more news in regards to buffs actually. So let's get over to the nerfs because it's pretty much only one thing now that we have more info on. And here it comes from Dale in the Cybertron chat. That's for the XVIPs. So yeah, to clarify with Beach, we have changed him. He will have lower health, but the reflection will stay on the G1 and be rebalanced. Of course, his Lagoon needs reflection. Okay, sure. But right now, people don't understand he's very overtuned. Yep, he absolutely is. The reflection is currently stacking. Yes, it absolutely is. The damage reduction also. Add J's on top. Yep, the pretty much what I covered in one of my videos about how the damage how it stacks and everything. Yeah, it's nasty. But why we so hyper focused on Nurse, we are buffing content as well, more content. Low and mid players just can't stop him, and that's absolutely true. Because currently for Beachcomber, again, you need super hyper specific setups. Every single time you need to bring one or ideally two nightsticks. That's Fracas for Decepticon, bot that carries a Prima core, right? Also, if there's a bot with Quintus to kind of, swarm him, right? Cosmic Rust Blast, or at least one. Well, one is enough. Bot with Top Shot to, and you just, max the damage and everything, and it can be an absolute problem. So yeah, if you need to play super hyper specific like this and bring all these things to just counter one single bot, then yeah, we have a little bit of a problem. And also, he currently cannot be executed by Smokescreen and Breakneck because of the bug with them. If something has reflection or shield, they cannot execute anymore, even if they have the HP in the execute threshold, right? And also, Blue Streak and Wild Rider, yeah, they can decrease his HP. So yeah, there are a lot of ways, and you need to work around so many things to just counter one bot that's not really balanced at all. So, okay, so about 15, 20 buffs on top of his head. Okay, let's see. Yeah, they also running the surveys. So, if you're not aware, the surveys for bots that you would like to see buffed, where you can, comment your bots. In my previous video, you can find the link for the survey in the description. So, if you missed it out, check it out in the description. You can find it. Okay, so yeah, okay, nothing super specific. Yeah, the page is quite large, definitely. And let's see, Vaisdale, talking more. Okay, here we have a lot of info. So, we've already worked slash fixed the following. We fixed the following on disables. Disables will become stun and be referenced as disable, and it will make sure the wording makes sense and is consistent with the following. The motion sensing mine will be renamed and stay as is. Okay, that's pretty good because now, basically stun disable, they were mixed and matched. They're pretty much doing the same thing, and that thing is, for bots they shut down all actions and abilities. Bots is just unable to do anything for a period of time. When it comes to buildings, pretty much same thing. Buildings just do nothing. So yeah, and motion sensing mines, yeah, they will rename the effect, and the effect will remain unchanged, and that's pretty good. Okay, so yeah, all of these that have a sort of stun slash disable, they are all renamed to disable. They are now all made more consistent. So anything from bots to combiners and even titans, combats, battle boosts even. Mirage and Breakdown also got a bit of a buff. The disable is increased from 8 to 12 seconds, which is really, really nice. And G1 stealth increased by additional 5 seconds on top of what it had before. Great, great. And they also fixed fire damage and electric damage. So now all of them, for every single bot, for every single instance, they will tick once per second. So it won't be, some bots had different ticks and it was all over the place. Now all fire damage, all electric damage, it will tick once per second. It will apply the damage and that's it. So that's pretty nice. We have also altered Defensor and Abominus. Jump ability now always deals acid damage. Previously fire for Autobots and acid for Decepticons. Okay, that makes them a lot more unified. Very nice. Tooltips updated and disable effects now follow the correct template. Okay. Acid damage now uses the correct VFX. Sure. Okay. Yeah, I like how they unify them. That's very nice. And here's the one that I really like a lot. For air raid and slipstream, they added a 20-second timer to target, so it's clear to you. So you know how long is the effects going on and how much time you have to destroy. That's very nice. Tooltip updated for clarity. That's really nice. Laser Optimus and Armada Megatron updated to use the disable template 8 correct. Tooltip naming clarified that the ability includes a 5-second disable was not previously stated in the tooltip. It was stated, but it wasn't quite clarified to be 5 seconds. So that's very nice. Yeah, there are a lot of tooltip, clarifications. They also want to clean up the game and make more sense. So it's not just nerfs. There are a lot of buffs, reworks, uh, changes like this. That's very nice. It cleans up the game more. Okay, so afterwork and flavor, separated damage and disable effects. Okay, disable resistance no longer resist damage. Okay, that's very nice. Because previously, for example, buildings like MDS, multi-defense system, they are naturally resistant to disable, and that also made them resistant to his electric damage. So, but now it is separate instance, so they will not be immune to damage by default. So that's really nice. That means he will basically deal more damage. Okay, fixed tooltip damage numbers and clarified ability description. Okay, that's great. So it makes more sense. And fixed fire damage to properly register as fire. Great. Skids and knockout was dealing less damage fixed. That's great. That's pretty much, a buff, I guess. It's actually a fix, but he's stronger now than he was before. So yeah. Also not dealing T-Taste damage to walls. I'm not sure if this means that he was not dealing to damage to walls before and is now dealing it, or they removed this feature. I'm not sure. Uh, but we will see, this is all mostly work in progress, but we will see. We are also buffing multiple combiners, Volcanicus. No promises of a buff, but we want to see where he'll place. He could absolutely use the buff in a sense that his 4-star ability, the one that applies damage reduction, applies it, in general, and not necessarily that you have to just, you know, dunk down and stay in a certain place because it's a bit wonky right now. So that would be a good buff. And also buffing Combi on Omega Supreme from the confirmed ones, right? Okay. We are also buffing multiple combats like Fire Drive, Dial, and others. Those are already done, so that's a very nice thing to hear out. Because yeah, Fire Drive definitely needed more love. Dial was one of the worst combats in the game, so him being buffed is also really great. We don't have more info about them, but I'm gonna keep you informed. And they also buffed multiple bots. So this page is more than just nerfs and buffs. We have fixed a lot of stuff, and I've not mentioned half of it as well. But buffs are coming. We don't want to just buff stuff just because we can or for easy wins. Buffs need to make sense and not be rushed. I agree. This makes a lot of sense, and the game needs to be a bit more clarified because currently. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, the meta is half of the bots are supposed, pretty good, and the rest are there. So yeah, that's they should. Yeah, it's good. I think I agree with what they are doing. Okay. Caps disable wasn't using template. Okay. They fix that as well. I will compile something over this week, so we'll get more info next week. That's pretty great. And yeah, this is a sneak peek only, so yeah, that's very nice. Okay, now let's see. The idea was to clear electric, fire, even acid bots up so they are all consistent. Same with the disable and stuns. The idea is to clean up the game, so there's lots of work and that front before we moved on to nerfs or even buffs. There is much more. Okay, very nice, very nice. They're actually cleaning up the game because it had a lot of bugs. We're just doing the tooltip states. Okay. So let's see about, I've redesigned most tooltips as well to actually state what they are doing, like Afterbreaker was doing less fire damage and his tooltip doesn't actually state what he does. For example, this is his tooltip, this is what he actually does, and please note, he has not changed in design just to avoid to say what he actually does. Okay, so that's 5-star. You gain 65% reflection and set an area on fire, dealing a certain amount of damage per second to enemies and preventing them from using shields for 15 seconds. That's pretty cool. Then charge around it, unleashing bolts of electricity that disable defenses and deal certain amount of electric damage per second for 10 seconds. Okay, that's pretty cool. And he also posted information about Cap as well to show his ability to battle, teleport to a target location, gain 70% damage reduction, shield for 9 seconds. Additionally, become immune to both movement and attack speed slows, disable effects, and hacks during this time. Okay, that's a lot more clarified. It's a lot more easier to read. You know, this one especially. Colors help, in my opinion. If you want the content removed that's been nerfed, you can remove the content that is buffed because you'll be worse off. He makes a fair point because they're nerfing some content that really is not really intended. And again, from my understanding, they're not trying to completely destroy it and make it worthless, but maybe more in line with the other content that is stable, like the other Prime League bots. So okay, that's very nice. And in regards to Ruination, all the tidal wave stuff he does, basically the huge AoE with water, will be ripped out. If I'm honest, it makes him far too overcomplicated, and I don't know if it even works. Um, okay. Yeah, they are removing water, replacing it with something else, but you know, we will see what happens. But it's a very powerful ability, probably his most powerful ability. So I think he can still be great because he does so much with his other abilities as well. You know, the first ability is the shield is so incredible. I don't think they're going to destroy Ruination at all. I think they're just gonna scale him down. And as much as I am, you know, on the fence about it because you know I got the 5-star relatively recently, and I'm just enjoying it. He's super fun, like everyone else is enjoying him, but yeah, there is quite a gap definitely when it comes to combiners. We will see Power Glide rework. We will, and he will also come in this update. So yeah, Power Glide is getting reworked. Okay, but there will be lots of content in this, not just Power Glide, but 5-star Trex and Ultra Magnus. Okay, so Trex and Cutthroat, they'll be getting a 5-star, and that's really amazing because people have been begging them to do it for a very long time. And I use 4-star Trex in my squad currently, and he's absolutely amazing. And Ultra Magnus and Galvatron, that would be also amazing to see. They absolutely do need a rework. Okay, let's see. We also buffed Dinobot. Again, not the best bot, but 4 decoys, we made them ton defenses now. So let's read the ability. Place 4 decoys with 33% of your max health, DPS, and 25% attack and movement speed that taunt defenses every second. So from my understanding, they will be 25% faster than usual, than you usually are. So that's very nice. And also 4 decoys, so you know it's quite a bit of a buff. For 15 seconds, enter a pack hunting state using melee attacks that deal 3080 damage in this case. While transformed, all healing received is increased by 35%. So for 15 seconds, I think this makes him a lot more viable to use with Amalgamus, because he will be healing a lot, he will be dealing a lot of damage. So that's pretty nice, and you know the decoys will be taunting. I think this is a very nice buff. He's not gonna be super amazing, but I think he has a lot of potential now, you know, especially with Amalgamus, but you know, he's also gonna work great with Liege. So that's pretty nice. Yeah, Alphabet 11 Tico is moving attack 25% faster than usual. Okay. So these are the notes, and we will have more info next week. And yeah, that's pretty much it from my understanding. That's all the info that we have right now, and it looks really good in my opinion. Yeah, I like it, and especially the Dinobot. This is very nice. It'll make him a lot better. Uh, and I can definitely see a lot of potential with him, and make a best builds video about him as well, because this looks really, really, really nice. So yeah, again, that's pretty much it for this video, and see you in the next one.